what are the challenges that are different?
Yeah, I mean, I have natural tendencies of, like motions, like on the width of the pitch instead of more central. So I think it was getting adjusted to that. Um, Also, I'm more, breaking lines more central instead of wide. More vertical running instead of, up and down movements. So, it's not a ton and it's not, super complicated, but, it's tricky. It's something that you have to, take extra hours to learn and improve on for sure.
And there's also more people around,
Sure,
right? When you're in the
yes, yes.
center and you're in the middle of those scrums, it's a little different from
Yeah,
being outside. How's that?
of course, yeah. But you also have more cover as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and, you have to communicate more, obviously, because you have a ton of bodies around you. And you're also that vocal point in the back where you have to, sort of become a leader. So that's something I've learned for sure.
How have you felt you've done at the center back position? I can't imagine you've played there much in your career previous to this half season and change.
Yeah, obviously I didn't, but, I think I still have a ton to improve. I think that, I know that I could be much better in certain areas. Aerial duels, especially 1v1 defending, stuff I got to improve on, being more vocal, for sure. And I think, I only just got to stay humble and improve. That's the only thing.
Are there times still where you're like still thinking as a fullback? Like for example, for the I forget which goal it was against DC. I don't remember if it was the first or the second one where he gets between you and Nicholas Fraden and no one really picked him up there. Is that where you're kind of still thinking as a fullback, but you got to think more like a center back?
Yeah, I mean, well, I was playing fullback in that goal. But yeah, I mean, it's just, reviewing the game, reviewing the position, reviewing the opponent, studying them, and just sticking to that position, focusing on that position when I'm being called. Really.
Can you
How
just
have
talk?
your
Oh, go ahead.
how have your teammates helped you with this? Because we know you've gone from a back five, back four. You usually play when it's a back five, three center backs. How have your teammates helped you to make that transition from a fullback? It's not that uncommon, but for you, it's not common because you were a fullback.
Yeah, I mean, well, one, everyone has to communicate on the back line, obviously. It's the most important, in the game, in my opinion. And I think, we all want to help each other, so we all communicate with each other, right? And I think it's important for me to ask questions, especially the guys like Jordi and, Nico, Sergi. Those are guys that, have played years and years and top of the game. So, the more we ask questions, the more we communicate, the more we learn with each other, the more we train with each other, it's just the better the chemistry is going to get.
Has Tata given you an example like of a player that he would like you to emulate? Maybe Sergio Ramos, Nesta, Maldini, someone like that.
No, I mean, I've done film with him. We've reviewed clips. I know he compared me to Lichi Martinez, and that's someone that I watch a lot, and I kind of look up to him a lot. But no, I mean, when in regards to coach, it's we do more film. Talk about tactics. Where I can improve on areas. Nothing really to compare yet.
Can you talk about what it means that Tata obviously has a lot of faith in you because you're so young and he has tried to find ways to get you on the field. From the time he got here, he really has given you a lot of opportunity. What does that mean to you, and what does he say to you about what he thinks of you as a player?
Yeah, no, it's a big honor, and I'm grateful. But I know there's a lot to improve on in regards to me. I think it's just important to keep learning, keep listening to him, do whatever he tells me to do because he's a world class coach. So who wouldn't want to listen to that uh, advice?
What has he told you about what he wants from you out of the position, though? Like in terms of, I mean, for us on the outside, I mean, it's clear that he likes your ball playing ability, ball at your feet. Obviously, because you don't have necessarily the traditional size for a center back. I mean, what has he told you about what he wants to see from you at that position?
I mean, there's certain different things, especially in the different formations. But I think the main thing I've gotten is, like you said, on the ball, being able to break lines and connect passes, and I think off the ball, being more aggressive. Anticipating, the jump of a center back, when that ball is played into the striker or the 10. So I think those are the two main reasons.
Can you talk about the team's success overall? After the preseason was very dramatic, controversy. Were you guys going to be too tired? Were you going to have any legs left at the start of the season and all that stuff? And now the team is in first place. The team is scoring. You've outscored your opponents. The defense has improved from the preseason. Where do you think you guys are right now as a team?
I think we have good spirits right now, but I think we know that there's a ton to improve on. We're not gonna get too confident in ourselves yet, especially in this point of the season, because we're nowhere near where we think we could actually be. Um, I think coach and the whole team sees us, that we could be the best team in the league. So I think if we just stay humble, keep our head down, and keep working, this week, keep moving, and we'll be good.
How have you felt in terms of the physical matchups? Probably playing against much bigger strikers than you play maybe on the wing. Again, not size isn't your strong suit. So how have you adapted and tried to make up for what you lacked in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm not the tallest and the strongest, but I think um, there's certain areas that going up against Benteke, he's obviously 6'5" and I'm 5'9", so I think something that Coach Javi actually mentioned to me is just give him a bump, make it hard for him, and I think that goes with most of the strikers that I face and wingers and tens, just make it hard for them, make life challenging for them, get them frustrated. And be smart with my challenges, when to go, when to not, etc. So I think just being smart in those areas, that's the main
What
key.
about the Red Bulls? One of the forwards that they have is Lewis. You know Lewis very well.
Mhm.
Can you talk a little bit about that? How is it going to be to play and maybe mark Lewis Morgan in that game on Saturday?
Yeah, Lewis is a good guy. I played with him for 1 year. Um, he's a tricky player, very skillful, smart, two-footed as well. He can play multiple positions in the front, and fast as well. So, he's a very good player, complete player in my opinion, and we just got to be smart with him.
And he scored the game winner 2 games in a row.
Yeah.
How do you see him? How is he? Is he the same player that he was when he was here? Or have you seen even an evolution of his game?
Yeah, I mean, I know he was injured last year, but he's a really good guy, and yeah, I mean, he's a really good player, honestly. I mean, by evolution, I don't know, different, but yeah, he's a really good player.
What else about Red Bulls is challenging other than Lewis Morgan?
Just the team. I mean, they're always a physical team, very direct. They always give every team a problem, especially us. Every time we play them. So, I think it's just matching their energy. Competing with them, the same way they're gonna compete, even better than them, and knowing that it's gonna be a tough game, but we could win it for sure.
No, I don't know if we're gonna have another chance to talk to you before the Champions Cup series today. I guess that those are the matches that you really want to play. I guess a young player, right, going to Mexico and then having them come over here. What have you thought about that matchup?
Yeah, no, that's a great honor to go over there in Mexico, and that stadium is beautiful. Very excited to go over there and play, and just to be a part of the team, and again, it's a great honor.
How tricky is that challenge of playing left back and center back, depending on which game, depending on the matchup? Is even like you mentioned just now, you played left back this past weekend. I forgot completely. I thought you were playing center. How challenging is that from a mental standpoint to have to go from one set of tactics to the other depending on the position you're in?
It's a bit challenging, but I think it builds character. I think it's something that is going to help me grow. So I think as long as I accept that, I think it'll help me in the future.
Growing the beard out too to look tougher out there for the center backs. Or what?
Trying to look older. I'm trying. I gotta get some more oils and.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.